The Mavs are currently 2-7 and sit at the bottom of the Western Conference. I don't think there's one person that can save them, especially not Nico Harrison. So today we're going to use artificial intelligence to fix the team. ChatGPT is going to choose which players we trade or sign for and which ones we trade away, with the goal of this video being to win an NBA championship. So here we have our coach of the year, ChatGPT. In our first season, ChatGPT is going to trade for 2 players, 1 guard and 1 forward or center to improve the Mavericks. Let's start by getting a guard for the Mavericks to trade for, and for realistic trades, they're going to give us Tyus Jones, they're going to give us Alex Caruso, Sexton, Davion Mitchell. They gave us a bunch of names. And I think we start by trying to trade for Colin Sexton. They want PJ Washington. We could give up PJ Washington again. We're not giving up Cooper Flag. And they also want Derek Lively. And I think it's PJ Washington's time to go. So Colin Sexton, welcome to the team. And for our forward or center, they suggested John Collins, Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart, Dorian Finney-Smith, Clint Capella, and PJ Washington, who they think is still on the Hornets. If we test the waters for John Collins, there are no offers. What about Jeremy Grant? He's also an 81. They want Colin Sexton. The other trades are for Cooper Flag, Gafford, Lively, and Najee Marshall and Sexton again. If we try to go for Isaiah Stewart, they want D'Lo, they want Max Christie, Gafford, Lively, and Brandon Williams and Christie. And I really don't want to give up Max Christie, but we kind of have to. So Isaiah Stewart, welcome to the team. So now that we got our guys in Colin Sexton and Isaiah Stewart, it's time to see what ChatGPT has to say to trades. The first trade we're going to get offered is Colin Sexton for Desmond Bane. I kind of want to do this trade, but let's see what ChatGPT says. Did they even give us an answer? I guess Desmond Bane, ideal fit. They said Bane's an ideal fit and Colin Sexton's just a good fit, so we're going to accept this trade. And literally 2 days after we got Bane, we're being offered Jakob Poeltl for Bane. They're going to say Desmond Bane is the ideal wing partner and Jakob Poeltl interior anchor. They didn't really give an answer. There we go. Overall best fit, Desmond Bane, so we're going to keep him on the team. The amount of trades we're getting is crazy. We just got offered Herb Jones for Daniel Gafford. I honestly don't really have a preference here. Okay, they said Herb Jones is the perfect Luka helper. He's literally not on the team anymore, but they said Herb Jones is the best overall fit, so we're gonna trade for him. And these trades just keep coming in now. Oh my gosh, we just got Lively and Bane for Cam Thomas and Michael Porter Jr. I'm not gonna lie, I want to do this trade, but it's up to ChatGPT. Wow, they want to focus on defense, so we can't even do this trade. Hopefully we can get another good trade like that. And now we're gonna get Derek Lively for Lonzo. I don't want to do this trade at all. Hopefully ChatGPT says no. Ideal Luka center. Luka is literally not on the team anymore, and they're gonna say to keep Derek Lively. Bro, everyone all of a sudden wants Derek Lively on their team. This is a trade I definitely want to do. Watch them say no again. And why does it feel like every trade I want to do they say no, every trade I don't want to do they say yes? But Derek Lively is gonna be staying on the team, and we just got another trade, Cam Johnson for Herb Jones. They better say no to this trade. Okay, good. They're gonna say to keep Herb Jones and Jose Alvarado. No, Desmond Bane for Terry Rozier? Okay, they said don't do the trade unless the pick is really good, and it only has 2-star value, so we're not doing this trade. And now we just got offered Lively for Luke Cornett. Okay, they said it's a hard no right off the bat. Jeez, they said it would be a huge downgrade. Why are they going in on Luke Cornett like that? Bro, everybody wants Derek Lively. I kind of like this trade though. Here we go, moment of truth. And they said if you're contending now, this trade makes sense. They also said if you're building around Luka to keep Lively and Hardy, but since Luka's not on the team, we're gonna accept this trade. And so far, the lineup looks super different. We have Davion, Bane, Herb Jones, AD, and Isaiah Stewart in the starting lineup. Then off the bench, we have Cooper Flag, we have Khalil Ware, we have D'Lo, Najee Marshall, and Dante Exum. We're almost at the trade deadline, but they just offered Ware for Ty Jerome. They better say no to this trade. Here we go, ChatGPT, do not let us down here. And they didn't give a super clear answer. It looks like they would rather me keep Khalil Ware, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. And now we just got another trade, Bane for Poeltl. I think we got offered this same trade earlier. Yeah, I just checked. They already offered us this, so we're gonna decline again. And now a couple days out from the trade deadline, Herb Jones for TJ McConnell we're gonna get offered. And I love TJ McConnell, but I definitely want to keep Herb Jones here. And in this situation, they're gonna say to keep Herb Jones. Let's see if we can make it to the trade deadline without any more trades being offered to us. And finally, we're at the trade deadline. We survived. And even without Kyrie, the Mavericks are the 6th seed with 32 wins. And they're only 4.5 games back from the 1st seed. They're 1 game back from the 3 seed. So hopefully with this team, they can finish the season off strong. Jokic is gonna win the MVP. BJ Edgecombe wins the Rookie of the Year over Cooper Flag. And ChatGPT is gonna win the Executive of the Year. Let's see where the Mavericks finish. They're up to the 3 seed and they're only 2 games back from the best team in the West. Our roster changed a lot, but let's see how everyone did this season. AD averaged 23 and 10. Desmond Bane averaged 22. And Kyrie came back. He played 26 games. So we had 3 people average 20. D'Lo averaged 15. Cooper Flag 13. And then down here, we have some pretty good defenders. We have Khalil Ware, Stewart, Herb Jones, Davion Mitchell. We have 5 guys with A- perimeter defense or better. And then we have a bunch of guys in the B's. I don't know how Kyrie's a B-. wins. And of course, in the first round, they have to go up against the Lakers. I feel like this might not go well for the Mavericks. The Lakers are going to win game 1 by 5, but the Mavericks win game 2 by 30. They're going to win game 3 by 40. And in game 4, they're going to go up 3-1. They win by 20. But the Lakers are going to stay alive winning game 5. And in game 6, the Mavericks are going to make it out. In the second round, they have to play the Timberwolves, who won 2 more games than them. Let's see how this one's going to go. The Mavericks are going to steal game 1. They're also going to steal game 2 on the road. The Timberwolves are going to win game 3, though. And in game 4, we're all tied up. And none of the home games have won yet, as the Mavericks are going to take game 5. That is a huge win. Anthony Davis put up 25 and 15. Kyrie put up 19, even though he's still injured. And Julius Randle went off for the Mavericks, but after these top 4 guys, oh my gosh, these guys played terrible. And in game 6, the Mavericks have an amazing second and third quarter. They're going to move on to the conference finals. This time it was Kyrie that led the team in scoring. Him and Bane both went off. And outside of Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, and Naz Reid, nobody showed up for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley put up 2 and Rudy Gobert had 1. But now in the conference finals, they have to go up against the 1 seed. So they have to play the best team in the league now, but if they beat them, they have a chance at winning the finals. And here goes nothing. Game 1, the Mavericks are going to steal. They win by 1 point. The Rockets are going to tie the series up at 1, though, and take game 3. And in game 4, the Mavericks had an amazing third quarter, but they fumbled it in the 4th. That's a crazy sell job. AD went off. Outside of him, Kyrie, and Bane, nobody else did. And it might be over here for the Mavericks. Down 3-1, they're going to get eliminated. And now as we enter free agency, we're back to square one. We're going to have to ask ChatGPT for a guard and a forward or center. Let's see what options they give us for the guards here. That's crazy. The first name we get is Tyrese Halliburton. They have Jalen Brunson on here too. And then we have Bane and Sexton. We've traded for both of them already. If we want Tyrese Halliburton, we have to give up AD and Cooper Flag. And they just gave me the same trade package for Brunson, except we get OG back. What about our forward center? We're going to wait a little bit for the guard. They're saying to trade for Isaiah Stewart. We already did. There are a lot of repeats on here like Capella, Pirtle, Jeremy Grant, Herb Jones. Maybe we can see if we can get John Collins again. John Collins is an unrestricted free agent. We're going to offer him this deal. And of course, he decided to sign to the Warriors. At this point, we're just going to wait till the regular season. And in player progression, AD's dropping to a 90. Kyrie's somehow not dropping at 34 years old. And Cooper Flag's up to an 87. If we try to get Tyrese Halliburton, there are no offers. What about Brunson? Same thing. If we try to snag John Collins from the Warriors, we have to give up Kyrie. Are you serious? I'm going to finesse a John Collins trade right now. He's only making $4 million. I'm going to see if we can give them Jose Alvarado and a bunch of picks. Oh, they're a championship contender. They're definitely not going to accept this trade then. So we're going to move on and try to get PJ Washington back on the team. We have to give up Khalil Ware. We're not doing that. We're not giving up D'Lo. Ware again. Herb Jones and Ware. So we're not getting PJ. What if we try to get Jakob Poeltl? He's a 79 overall. We have to give up Isaiah Stewart, D'Lo. Oh, I like this trade. Let me just look at the others real quick. Bane and Jones. We're not doing that, but we're definitely going to do this. So Jakob Poeltl, welcome to the Mavericks. I can at least move Isaiah Stewart back to a 4 now. You guys don't understand how badly I want to do this trade. I don't want to give up Cooper Flag though. But this is like the one time ChatGPT gives me something good, so I'm still going to try to get Halliburton for Kyrie Irving. Probably going to say no to this straight up. How many picks can we add? If we add 1 pick, they're still going to say no. If we add 2 picks, they're still going to say no. We have 2 more first rounders though. 3 picks, they're going to say no. And if we add a 4th pick, they're also going to say no. I have a 2nd. That's not going to do anything. I got to find somebody making around 9 million. I guess I'll give up Davion because he's the same position as Hallie. I can add all 4 first round picks. 1, they're going to say no to. 2, they're going to say no. 3, they're also going to say no. Please, they're not going to accept this. I got to do someone better than Davion. Do I just give them D'Lo? Like, okay, wait. That's not the same message as last time. We're making progress here. If we go higher than D'Lo, Jakob Poeltl, they're probably going to say no. What about Herb Jones? Do you guys want Herb Jones? No. Might have to give up Khalil Ware. Like, do they even want this? They do. So now we have Hallie as our best player on the team with AD and Cooper Flag. And low-key, do I just get Khalil Ware back? Like, I would have to give up Isaiah Stewart. Or in the other trades, there's D'Lo, there's Herb Jones, and Davion Mitchell. So we're basically just changing up the trade package a little bit. Khalil Ware's coming back to the team. So now we have a lineup of Tyrese Halliburton, Desmond Bane, Cooper Flag, who's an 87 now, AD, and Jakob Poeltl. And then off the bench, we have Khalil Ware, we have Herb Jones, Obi Toppin, who I didn't even really need, but he just came in the trade, Isaiah Stewart, and then D'Lo. The only problem is this isn't going to be our final team. Yeah, our first trade, Jakob Poeltl for Brandon Clark. And this one also isn't super clear who they're picking, but I feel like they're picking Brandon Clark, so I don't want to do the trade, but we're going to do it. The next trade we're going to get offered is Bane for Wendell Carter and John Isaac. Please do not say yes. And thank goodness they're going to give the winner to Desmond Bane. So now we don't have to worry about that, but we just got offered Khalil Ware for for 2 fake people, I guess. And honestly, because they're fake, I'm not even gonna do this trade. I'm just gonna straight up decline it. To be fair, ChatGPT wouldn't know what to say. Now we have Ware again. I feel like they might say yes to this trade. We get depth, but I still don't want to do it. And this one also isn't too clear, but it says Ware has more upside and better immediate fit, so we're gonna keep him. Wait, I just accidentally accepted the trade. Let me go back. Ware in a Hornets jersey looks nasty, but that was short-lived. We're gonna send him back to Dallas. Hello, Ware, bro. I am sorry I had to do that to you. And we haven't gotten a trade in a while. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, literally the next day we get a trade. Oh gosh, Lonzo Ball for Herb Jones. Okay, Herb Jones is the winner. I really did not want to do that trade. Now we're getting Desmond Bane for Dalton Connect straight up. That's a very interesting trade. I honestly don't care what we do. And the Mavericks are gonna say Desmond Bane is the winner. I kind of wanted to do the trade because the contracts, but I mean, they're pretty much the same overall anyway. And a couple days after, okay, we just got this same exact trade. We're saying no again. About halfway into the season, we just got offered Derek White for Desmond Bane. I actually want to do this trade, but if they say no, it's not that big of a deal. And they are in love with Desmond Bane. He's the winner again. Right around the corner from the trade deadline, we just got offered Herb Jones for Luke Cornett and Westbrook. One of the things about ChatGPT is it's not super up to date. Like, some of the teams were wrong for some of the players. And I thought they were going to say to do the trade with Westbrook here, but thank goodness they're not looking at current Westbrook and they're going to say do not make this trade. We can't even get to the trade deadline. They're going to offer Keldon Johnson for Herb Jones. And they're going to say Herb Jones is the better fit. Thank you. Let's see if we can finally make it to the deadline. It's literally right there. Okay, we just got a trade right at the deadline. And ChatGPT says to keep Isaiah Stewart. So we finally made it to the deadline. The Mavericks are the 2nd seed. Oh no, the 1 seed and 2 seed gap isn't that close. And we've gone through so many trades. I don't know if we've done any this year. Oh yeah, we did the Brandon Clark trade, but I think that was the only one. I mean, technically we traded Khalil Ware, but I didn't mean to do that. So now we got to ride it out with this team till the end of the season. And I'm really hoping we can stay the 2nd seed. At the end of the season, Jokic wins back-to-back MVPs. James Harden's a 6-man on the Wizards now. And once again, ChatGPT is going to win Executive of the Year, but the Timberwolves won 66 games. LeBron just made an All-NBA first team at 42. He's on the Bulls now, and he just put up 30 points a game. And finally, we have an All-NBA player. Tyrese Haliburton makes it, averaging 24 points and 10 assists per game. I'm not going to lie, I totally forgot he was on the team. He leads us in scoring and assists. Then we have Desmond Bane putting up 23 a game, AD putting up 17, same with Cooper Flagg. And the scoring kind of falls off after that, but I don't hate it because if we look at points allowed per game, we're the 2nd best defensive team. At the end of the season, the Mavericks are going to stay the 2 seed. So now in the first round, they have to play the Clippers with Rui and Quentin Grimes now. That was an easy series. They're going to sweep. In the 2nd round, they're going to be playing the Thunder. I don't know how this team managed to be a 6 seed. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of scared. Game 1's going to go to the Mavericks. They win by 20. They're going to blow them out in Game 2. Game 3, they win by 14. They're not going to sweep again. But in Game 5, they're going to move on to the conference finals. And now they have to play the Timberwolves, who they managed to beat in the 2nd round last year, but they're way better now. I'm just hoping the Mavericks can keep this one close here. The Timberwolves are going to win Game 1 by 18. They win Game 2 by 14. The Mavericks are going to take Game 3 by just 5, and they're going to lose Game 4. And in Game 5, they're going to force a Game 6. And in Game 6, the Mavericks didn't have the lead one time this game. They're going to lose in the conference finals in back-to-back seasons. That's a sad way to go out. Only 3 people put up 10 or more. And now in the finals, LeBron's going to lose in 7 to Anthony Edwards. So now for free agency at the start of Season 3, we have to pick up a guard or a forward/center again. For a guard, they're pretty much just going to keep giving us the same answers. Malik Beasley and Malik Monk are here. We haven't tried them yet. Malik Beasley's down to a 77 overall. I don't even know if we'd want him at this point. And Malik Monk's a 79 overall. Let's see if we can try to trade for him. I'm kind of scared his overall might drop. We could trade Obi Toppin for him. We're not trading Desmond Bane or Herb Jones. And I mean, we're also getting a first in return, which isn't the biggest thing, but we're going to go ahead and trade for Malik Monk. So now for our forward center, it's also the same names. We could go for Miles Turner, Jayshawn Tate. I don't even know if we really want him. Yeah, the other names aren't great. See what trades they have for Miles Turner. They have Desmond Bane, Herb Jones, and Malik Monk, who we literally just traded for. Then if we try to get Jeremy Grant, I mean, there's no offers, but he's 33 years old and probably going to drop, so I don't really want him anyway. And now let's see if second time's the charm. We're going to try to trade for John Collins again. Anthony Davis, are you serious? Yeah, none of these trades are good. I'm going to have to find another name. Okay, I just asked ChatGPT to give me more options. Finally, we have a bunch of new names. Evan Mobley and Chet are here. We're going to try to get them. This might not be possible. I'm not giving up Cooper Flagg. And then if we go to Chet, he's a 91. There's no offers. We're still going to try this, though, without giving up Cooper Flagg. We might have to wait wait till the regular season because there's like no names to trade here. So before we go to there, let's go to player progression. Cooper Flag's a 92 and the best player on the team now. And it might be hard to do this trade with AD now that he's down to an 86 overall and they're a championship contender. I don't think we're going to be able to get this done. We definitely have to give up Khalil Ware if we want to do this. Make the money match. Let me just throw in this random guy. They're still probably going to say no. Then we have Ayton on the roster now. I mean, I guess I'll throw him in. Throw in their lowest overall non-two-way guy. They're still going to say no. And at this point, we only have 2 first-round picks, so they're probably not going to accept this trade. And we're, oh my gosh, they accepted it. I don't think I gave up too much. I gave up 80 overall Ware and Ayton, but we got an 89 overall Mobley now. That's the perfect AD replacement. I know he's only 3 overall higher than AD, but AD's making 62 million, and his overall's gonna drop because he's 34. And we also have no centers. I'm just gonna put Mobley at center. Right now they have Bol at center. Let's go ahead and make Mobley at center. His overall's gonna stay the same. And we don't have any backup bigs off the bench. That's not a good sign. I think we're gonna keep these 3 guys and try to trade, I guess, DiVincenzo and Herter and maybe even Bol for good bigs. Wow, we can get DeAndre Ayton back. This is kind of like what we did before with, I think it was a Khalil Ware trade where we got rid of him and got him back. So now I guess we're just going to do the same with DeAndre Ayton. So now I think we should be good with Cooper Flag, Tyrese Halliburton, and Evan Mobley as our big 3. And now we just have to see how long it takes until we get offered a trade. I'm surprised we haven't, okay, I was going to say we haven't gotten a single trade yet. Now we have to see if they want to trade Ayton for Eason. And unfortunately, they're going to pick Tari Eason. He's a good player, but like, we kind of need a big on the team, but Ayton, even though we just got you back, you're gonna have to go. So now we're gonna have to make Rui a backup 5, just like the Lakers did last season. And now we're gonna start Tari Eason at the 4. I really hope we get another trade for a big. For our next trade, we're gonna get Desmond Bane for Garland. Oh, we have to trade Eason away too. I don't know if I want them to say yes to this. And thank goodness, for the sake of depth, they're gonna say to keep Bane and Eason. I would love to have Garland on the team, but at this point, we just need size. Now they want to trade Trey Mann for Gary Trent Jr. And now we have to trade for Gary Trent Jr. At this point, we just need bigs. Our record's really good. Oh my gosh, Eason for Hartenstein. I feel like they're gonna say no, but we really need this. Nice, they're gonna say to keep Tari Eason. We really needed that trade. Now we have Mobley for Scotty Barnes. Oh my gosh, Jordan Poole and Eason are involved in this too. Okay, thank goodness they're gonna say to keep Mobley and Eason because we need Mobley on the team. And now we just got offered Tari Eason for Sion James and Jalen Williams. This is definitely an interesting trade. We get depth and we get a big man, but now it's all up to ChatGPT here. And they're gonna say to keep Tari Eason. Now we got Tari Eason for Cam Spencer. Okay, at least they're gonna say to keep him again. Now we have Gary Trent for John Collins. I kind of like this trade. Bro, they're gonna say to keep Gary Trent Jr. This trade would have been perfect. Low-key, I'm gonna do this trade anyway though, just because ChatGPT said to get John Collins earlier, and we need a big, so I'm gonna accept the trade. So now that we have our bigs, let's just hope they can last. Tari Eason for Luke Travers and Bol. Everybody wants Tari Eason all of a sudden. ChatGPT says to keep him. This is an insane trade. Desmond Bane for a 72 overall Drew Holiday and some random. Okay, at least they're gonna say to keep Desmond Bane. That would have been crazy if they said to take Drew. At this point, we're 40 games in, so we're halfway done with the season. We're about a month away from the trade deadline, and now we just got, wait, we got this trade already. I'm just gonna decline it because we got that. And now we got an interesting one. Herb Jones for Austin Reeves. And they're gonna say to keep Herb Jones. I actually like that just because Austin Reeves was an 88 in the first season. He's all the way down to an 82. So Herb Jones is gonna be staying on the team. Oh my gosh, we just got offered Evan Mobley for Kevin Durant. I feel like they're gonna say yes. Also, KD went back to the Warriors. He's only averaging 18. And ChatGPT says short-term win now. Durant trade's attractive. If we were in season 1, I'd do this trade based off that, but Mobley's already a higher overall than KD, so we're just gonna keep Evan Mobley. Also, we are the 1 seed with Evan Mobley. Hopefully it can stay that way. Okay, they're gonna offer Tari Eason for Hartenstein again. We're gonna decline again, and now they're offering Mobley for Zion. Bro, I just want to keep Mobley. Let's not do this trade. Thank goodness ChatGPT says to keep Mobley and Rui. And the day of the trade deadline, we're getting Desmond Bane for Kelly Oubre. They better say no to this. Okay, we're good. They're coming to the verdict that we should keep Desmond Bane. And at the deadline, the Mavericks are a 40-win team. They're the best team in the West and the whole league. And our team looks pretty much the same. We have John Collins now. I think we got Mobley this season. Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we got him in free agency, or right after free agency, beginning of the season. And we got Tari Eason we traded for. Did we get Rui this season? We did. And now that we're at the trade deadline, all the team has to do is hold it together together till the end of the season. Wemby's gonna win the MVP this season, and he won the Defensive Player of the Year and the Clutch Player of the Year. Here we go, Coach of the Year with 60 wins, and ChatGPT won Executive of the Year. Jokic is on the Bulls now, and Tyrese Halliburton just barely makes the All-NBA third team, averaging 23 points and 10 assists per game. Desmond Bane averaged 19, Cooper Flag 18, Mobley 16, Monk 15, Collins 13, and the Mavericks were the only 60-win team in the entire NBA. In the first round, they have to play this Lakers team coming from the play-in. Why am I kind of scared? Game 1 is going to go to the Lakers. They win by 2 points. The Mavericks are at least going to tie the series up, though. Bro, the Lakers won Game 3 by 1. Game 4 is going to go to the Mavs. Bro, let's please just lock in. They're going to win Game 5 by 13. And in Game 6, they're going to make it out of the series. Round 2, they have to go up against the Suns. This is the exact team they have in real life. I mean, some of the starters are different. They do look a little bit worse. The Mavericks blow them out in Game 1. They're going to blow them out in Game 2. Another blowout in Game 3. They're not going to sweep, though. They lose Game 4 by 1. They lose Game 5 by 3. Let's not go to a Game 7, okay? And in the conference finals, they have to play the 3-seed Timberwolves. They should be able to win this time. They're going to blow them out in Game 1. Game 2, they're going to blow them out. Game 3, they get blown out. Game 4, they go up 3-1, and the Mavericks are finally in the finals. But now they're going to play either a 3-seeded Hawks team or an 8-seeded Pistons team, and they're going up against the Hawks led by Trey. And they have pretty much the same team as in real life, except they have Vucevic at center. And in Game 1 of the finals, we have a close one. Let's see if the Mavericks can complete the comeback. That's terrible defense. Let's see if they can make up for it on offense here. Hallie's going to go at Trey with the crossover and the easy layup, and we have a 2-point game. The Mavericks just need to stop here. I thought Trae Young was going to turn the ball over there, and he makes the layup over Hallie. So now the Mavericks just need to keep scoring. Hallie's gonna go at Trey again with the Euro and the layup, and we're back to a 2-point game. Just over a minute to go. Trey's almost gonna get another turnover, and he knocks down the 3 over Hallie. That was a nice snatchback. This Hawks offense is going insane right now, but so are the Mavericks. Somebody's eventually gonna need to stop. Trae Young's gonna cook Halliburton again, but he's gonna miss the jumper. Okay, Hallie, it's all up to you. He's gonna drive past Trey. Jalen Johnson sends the help. He's gonna kick it out to Bane, and his 3's gonna miss. That is a big miss. Now they're gonna need to stop here down 3. Trey trying to drive on Hallie's gonna force up the layup. I thought that was gonna go in. John Collins is gonna find Eason. Why has Halliburton not touched the ball this possession? Bane with 3 seconds on the shot clock. He's gonna have to chuck up the contested jumper. It's off. And just like that, the Hawks are gonna steal Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton put up 38 and 13. Cooper Flag also had an amazing game, but it wasn't enough. They're gonna go down 1-0. And in Game 2, the Hawks had a terrible fourth quarter, but the Mavericks were down so much it didn't even matter. Once again, Hallie cooked. In Game 3, the Mavericks have a chance to bounce back here. They're down 2 with 2 minutes to go. Hallie on the drives. He's gonna pull the mid-range over Trey, and he knocks it down to tie the game up. And the one thing about Hallie is he has not been able to stop Trey. Trey's gonna take the step-back jumper, and it's too easy for him. If Hallie's gonna play bad defense, he's gonna need to at least cook on offense. He finds Cooper Flag wide open, and his 3's gonna bounce in for the lead. That is a huge shot in the clutch. Now we have Trey driving. He finds Onyeka back to Trey. Trey's being guarded by Mobley now. I kind of don't like this, but he's gonna force up the layup, and Mobley gets the stop. I don't know why he just took a layup over one of the best defenders in the league. Now we have Mobley trying to cook on offense. He finds Hallie for the 3, and he's gonna miss. Less than a minute to go. Trey's gonna use the screen from Jalen Johnson. He's gonna fake the 3. He kicks it to Jalen Johnson. The 3 over John Collins. He's gonna miss. So now things are looking good for the Mavericks here. Hallie's gonna drive past Trey, and he gives the Mavericks a 3-point lead. That was a huge play. Now Trey's gonna try to cook Hallie again like he's been doing all series. He's gonna kick it out to Dyson Daniels. The 3, and it's in and out. And the Hawks fouled Hallie. He made his first free throw, but he missed his second. And now we have Malik Monk guarding Trae Young. I don't like this. He gets to the paint easily. I don't know why he's not going up with a shot. I guess they're gonna want a 3-pointer here. It's off, and Malik Monk's gonna grab the board. And that's gonna be enough of a lead for the Mavericks to finally win their first game of the finals. They were kind of scaring me there. Trey and Ricochet went off. And for the Mavericks, Cooper Flag dropped 35. And in Game 4, we have another close game with it being a 1-point game with 2 minutes to go. Ricochet's gonna use the screen, and he throws it to Asanuo for the dunk. So now the Mavs are down 3. That's not great to start the game off. Hallie's gonna drive on Rob Dillingham. I don't know what he's doing. He's just running around the court. He's gonna kick it out to John Collins, and we're all tied up. Jimmy Butler's on the Hawks. What is going on? I guess he went to the Hawks, so KD went to the Warriors, and he's gonna make the floater over Malik Monk. I haven't seen him all series. I don't know if I'm just blind or if he hasn't been on the court. Now we have Halliburton coming off the Desmond Bane screen. He gets a wide open 3, but it's off. They're gonna go back to Jimmy. He's gonna pull the open 3, and he's gonna miss. Honestly, they just need to keep forcing Jimmy into 3s. Desmond Bane trying to make his way into the paint is unsuccessful, but he finds Hallie, and he misses the 3. Malik Monk, please just force Jimmy into a 3 here. Jimmy gets stopped by Malik Monk. 9 seconds to go. He finds Asanuo. 6 seconds to go. They're gonna find Ricochet open. He's gonna miss. So now the Mavericks have to capitalize. Malik Monk on the fast break. Almost gets a layup, bro. Kick it. Desmond Bane is wide open, and he knocks down the 3 for the lead. And with 9 seconds to go on the shot clock, the Hawks are gonna 2 out the clock. Vucevic comes to set the screen for Trey. 4 seconds to go. It's not a great screen, but Jalen Johnson's left open. He's gonna miss the 3 and the Mavs tie the series up. That was a huge miss, especially for how open that was. Nobody put up 20 on the Hawks. And Tyrese Halliburton put up almost 30 with 11 assists. Cooper Flagg just went from having the game of his life to dropping 7. And Mobley only put up 6. He's averaging 16 in the playoffs. So still no home team has won a game yet. And in game 5, the Mavericks are going to use their momentum to finally win a home game and go up 3-2 in the series. That is huge. Hallie actually had a 30 and 10 game this time. Malik Monk had 27. Cooper Flagg had a good game. And in game 6, the Mavericks are going to blow out the Hawks, making AI successful in winning a championship. I think you'll like this video next, so let's see if I'm right.